Ready to cash in? Imagine this: one morning you wake up, pick up your bundle of Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong, and finally see that long-awaited opportunity become real. For years, holders across the globe have been waiting, wondering, and preparing for that moment when their patience pays off. And now, the buzz is louder than ever. The news surrounding exchange windows, special redemption centers, and bank protocols has set this community on fire with speculation and hope. But here's the truth: hope alone won't get you across the finish line. You need a clear step-by-step plan, you need documentation, and you need to lock in your appointment at the right place and time. Without that, you could be left standing on the sidelines while others walk away with their futures secured. That's exactly what today's report will cover: how to prepare for your IQD and VND exchange starting today. Now, let's be honest. Millions of people around the world bought Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong because of one belief: that someday, these currencies might revalue, reset, or gain purchasing power far beyond their current worth. Some bought a few notes, others bought bundles. And for many, it became a long-term waiting game filled with ups, downs, rumors, and constant questions. Today, August 22nd, 2025, the excitement has never been higher. But in the middle of all this noise, one question stands out louder than the rest: how do I actually exchange my notes? If you're holding currency and waiting, you must understand the process now, not later. 'Cause when the window opens, you may not have time to figure it out. Preparation is the dividing line between those who succeed and those who miss their chance. The first big reality check is this: exchanging Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong is not like swapping leftover euros or pesos after a vacation. Banks treat these exotic currencies very differently. They don't process them casually, and they don't allow walk-ins without appointments when high values are involved. Instead, they treat it as a serious financial event, with security, trained staff, and strict verification. That means you must prepare like a professional. Think about it: when you walk into a bank with potentially millions of dollars worth of currency, do you really expect them to handle it in 5 minutes without notice? No. They want structure, they want appointments, and they want to see that you're organized. Without that appointment, you may be denied or delayed. With it, you walk in, ready, confident, and positioned for success. So, let's talk about step 1 in your journey: identifying the right bank or redemption center. Not every branch in your area will handle IQD or VND. In fact, most local branches won't even touch exotic currencies. This is where research becomes critical. You must pick up the phone, call major banks, and ask direct questions. Don't just ask if they do foreign exchange. Ask specifically if they handle Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong, and whether they accept large volumes. Some banks may say yes, but only through special locations or regional centers. Others may require appointments booked through hotlines or online portals. Persistence pays here. The more clarity you get now, the smoother things will go later. Don't wait until the last second to find out your local branch doesn't process exotic currencies. Now, step 2: documentation. This is where many people make costly mistakes. Banks will not just take your notes and hand you money. They need to verify who you are, where the currency came from, and whether everything is compliant with anti-money laundering rules. At the very least, you will need a government-issued photo ID, such as a driver's license or passport. Some banks may require 2 forms of ID or proof of address like a utility bill. And if you're exchanging large sums, they may even ask for proof of purchase, such as receipts from authorized dealers. The mistake most people make is scrambling at the last moment, only to find expired IDs, missing documents, or mismatched information. Don't do that. Get your documents ready now. Scan copies, print them, and keep everything neatly organized in both digital and physical folders. Step 3 is booking the actual appointment. Once you've identified the right bank or redemption center, you must lock in your exchange slot. This can often be done by phone or online. Be prepared when you call. They may ask your full name, contact details, the type of currency, approximate amount, and whether you are already a client. Here's a pro tip. If you already bank with them, mention ET often gives you priority access. When you receive a confirmation, save it, screenshot it, and print it. Then call back within 24 hours to confirm your appointment is on the system. Mistakes happen. Imagine showing up to your appointment with your notes in hand, only to be told they don't see your booking. That's a nightmare you can avoid with one quick confirmation call. Now let's pause for a moment and talk about why all this preparation matters. This isn't just busy work, it's your financial future. If the current chatter about limited exchange windows is true, then timing is critical. You can't afford to miss your shot because of something simple like an expired passport or a lost confirmation email. Think about it. How would you feel if after waiting years you lost your opportunity because of one overlooked document? That's why preparation is not optional, it's mandatory. Every detail matters, and the earlier you prepare, the more confident and stress-free you will feel when the day arrives. Step 4 is asking the right questions up front. Too many people assume everything will work itself out when they show up. Don't fall into that trap. You must ask about fees. Some banks charge flat fees, while others charge a percentage of the total. You must ask about limits. Some institutions may cap daily, weekly, or monthly exchanges. Imagine holding millions in currency but being told you can only process a fraction at a time. You also need to ask how funds will be delivered: cash, direct deposit, or delayed release. And importantly, ask if rates differ depending on the method. Okay. Some banks offer better rates for direct deposits to reduce risk. Okay. The more you know up front, the fewer surprises you face later. Step 5 is preparing your currency itself. Many people overlook this step, but banks notice. If you walk in with crumpled, dirty, or stapled notes, it slows the process and signals disorganization. Instead, respect the process. Neatly stack your bills by denomination. Remove rubber bands, clips, or staples. Create a simple written list, showing how many notes you have of each type and the total. This not only speeds up verification, but also shows you are a serious client. It's all about presentation. Which client do you think gets taken more seriously? The one with messy bundles, or the one who presents everything clean and organized? Exactly. Presentation matters more than you think. Now let's shift to the big death at actual exchange appointment. This is the moment you visualized for years. The number one rule here: be early. Arrive at least 15 to 20 minutes ahead of schedule. Don't risk being late because of traffic or last-minute chaos. You miss your slot, you might lose it entirely, especially if exchange windows are limited. Once you arrive, security is tight. Expect ID checks at the door, verification against a scheduled list, and possibly restrictions on phones or recording devices. If it feels intimidating, remember it's simply about protecting both you and the bank. Stay calm and remember your preparation pays off here. Once seated, the process begins with document verification. Staff will check your ID against what you provided when booking. They may photocopy documents and ask you to sign forms confirming your identity. Some may even ask where you obtained your currency. If you still have receipts from authorized dealers, this is the time to provide them. Be honest, clear, and professional. Their goal is not to intimidate you, but to make sure everything complies with regulations. If you've prepared your documents, this part will feel quick and smooth. If you haven't, it can become stressful and frustrating. That's why we emphasize preparation at every stage. Next comes currency verification. Staff will count and check your notes, often using both machines and hand counts. If your bills are neat and sorted, this process is quick. If they're messy, expect delays. This is where your preparation truly shines. Organized clients move faster, and faster transactions usually mean smoother outcomes. Then comes the part that keeps people awake at night: rate confirmation. What rate will they offer you? The truth is, it depends. Rates fluctuate daily, and each institution sets its own spread. That's why you should always check market rates before your appointment. Even though banks rarely give you the exact bank rate, knowing the ballpark number helps you ask smart questions and avoid being blindsided. Let's imagine a simple example. Suppose you hold 10 million Vietnamese dong. Online, the mid-market rate shows it's worth about $430. At your appointment, a bank offers $400 after their spread. If you hadn't checked beforehand, you might accept without question. But if you know the numbers, you can at least ask for clarification. Sometimes, simply asking opens a discussion that can improve your outcome. This is why preparation matters. It gives you leverage. Don't be like Robert, a man who once exchanged his notes without checking rates, signed quickly, and later realized he had lost thousands. Preparation is power. After rates are confirmed, the bank processes your transaction. They will produce paperwork showing the exchange rate, total amount, fees, and payout method. This is where adrenaline can cause mistakes. Slow down, read every line carefully, double-check totals, fees, and your account details. If anything looks unclear, ask before signing. Once you sign, fixing errors is much harder for smaller transactions. Funds may hit your account instantly. For larger amounts, banks often place temporary holds for additional verification. Don't panic if you don't see money immediately. Long as you walk out with signed paperwork showing the total, you're covered. Now let's talk about what happens after the appointment. First, monitor your account closely. Set up alerts so you know the moment funds clear. If there's a delay or discrepancy, call immediately with your paperwork in hand. Second, protect your privacy. Don't announce your exchange to the world. Don't post screenshots online. Sudden wealth attracts attention, sometimes unwanted. Keep your circle small until you've built a proper plan. Wealth brings opportunity, but it also brings responsibility and risk. Protect both. Here's another overlooked strategy: backup appointments. Imagine showing up only to find your appointment canceled due to system errors or branch issues. If you only had one booking, you're stuck. But if you secured a backup at another location, you still have options. This isn't paranoia, it's smart planning. It gives you leverage and peace of mind. In some cases, you may even compare rates and choose the better offer. Think of Sarah, who booked only one appointment and lost weeks when her bank canceled last minute. If she had booked a backup, she could have exchanged that same week. Don't let that happen to you. Now comes the part most people overlook: the days after your exchange. For many, this feels like the finish line, but in reality, it's the starting line. Sudden wealth changes everything, not just financially, but emotionally and socially. The first 30 days are critical because adrenaline is high and impulsive spending can wipe out your gains. History shows that sudden wealth without discipline often disappears quickly. That's why experts recommend doing nothing big for at least 1 month. Don't buy luxury cars, massive homes, or quit your job overnight. Take a breath, let your mind adjust before making life-changing decisions. Wealth changes psychology. Suddenly, people see you differently. Friends or family who once laughed at your currency investment may suddenly want to be close. Some may pressure you for help, others may grow jealous. If you're not prepared, these dynamics can cause stress and broken relationships. That's why privacy and planning are your best allies. Don't rush to tell everyone about your exchange. Keep your circle tight until you've established a strategy. Protect your peace as carefully as you protect your bank account. The smartest move you can make after the exchange is consulting with professionals immediately. A tax advisor will help you understand how your exchange is treated in your jurisdiction, because yes, taxes may apply. A financial planner will help you build a strategy to preserve and grow your wealth. An estate attorney can guide you in setting up trusts or long-term protections. Think of your new wealth like a river without a dam. It floods and destroys. With a dam and structure, It powers your life for years to come. Professional guidance builds that structure. So, what should you actually do first? Step 1, pay off high-interest debt like credit cards or personal loans. Step 2, build a safety net of at least 6 to 12 months of living expenses in cash. Step 3, invest wisely. Don't chase hype or speculation. Diversify into safe, stable investments that grows steadily. Step 4, protect your wealth with trusts, insurance, and legal structures. Step 5, give strategically. You want to help family or causes? Do it in a way that doesn't jeopardize your security. The goal isn't just to get rich, it's to stay rich and build something lasting. Let's zoom out for a bigger perspective. A revaluation of the Iraqi dinar signals growing stability in Iraq's economy. It boosts global investor confidence and strengthens the nation's role in international trade. For Vietnam, a stronger dong validates decades of economic growth and secures their place in the global supply chain. These shifts ripple across commodities, oil, trade, and even geopolitics. That's why so many eyes are watching this community. It's not just about individual investors, it's about nations moving into new financial positions. So, here's the bottom line: preparation beats panic, strategy beats speculation, and discipline beats hype. You don't control when the exchange happens, but you do control how ready you are. From researching banks, securing documents, and booking appointments, to handling the emotional and financial challenges after, every step matters. Ask yourself this right now: if the window opened tomorrow, would you be ready? Or would you be scrambling to figure it out? The choice is yours. Today, August 22nd, 2025, is your chance to prepare, so that when that call or email arrives, you walk into your appointment confident, organized, and ready to secure your future.